What is up, guys? It is me, the Big Man Bassing. Today we are out here at the bait shop, so I'm going to be filming you guys a little bit of a Tackle Thursday video. Today we're going to go over some of my favorite top waters to throw in fresh and salt water, along with a bait you guys may not have heard too much about. I know there's some horrible car audio in the background, but we're talking about some cool stuff today. We're going to head back inside where the audio don't bother me anyways. Let's go. All right, guys, so we are here in the bait shop, and I've got a few lures that I'm going to pull over and talk to you guys about. Now, I will be posting a video here on my channel and the Hooked Up channel. That is right, I have started a YouTube channel for the bait shop, doing very similar to our Tackle Thursday stuff that we're doing now. So you guys stay posted over there, because I'm going to be talking about some lures that are strictly in the bait shop. You guys can come and check out, plus other stuff in the bait shop, some tips and tricks and other things there. But I will be talking about stuff very unique on my channel and different over there. So today's topic especially was what to throw in these overcast conditions. We're seeing so much this winter time in Southwest Florida. Now this goes into summertime as well when we start getting our summer storms in. So this is something you can transition over to whatever overcast, end of day, rainy day, whatever it may be. So we're gonna start off strong with a lure that I ended the video with over on the Hooked Up channel, which is this little mirror lure prop bait. Now, I like this bait. This is a bait that I recently started throwing. I'm going to probably start filming with it too because of the action on it. It is very similar to that style you guys see with the Whopper Ploppers or the Berkeley Choppos. So with this here, you're going to see there's a blade here at the nose of the bait and at the tail end of the bait. Now, if you guys are familiar with Amazonian fishing and people that were fishing for the peacock bass down there, they use these big baits called wood choppers. This is essentially a tiny, tiny scaled version of that. And so what you can do with these is you can work them three ways. You can work them slow, you can work them fast, anywhere in that realm for those. And then this is another way you can work these, which is something I've adapted from watching all those peacock bass videos in the past, is you can chop this in. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pull and pull, almost like you're using a popper. Like you see people using like big tuna poppers offshore, or just working a Whopper Plopper, you know, quick motions, or like a hula popper. You can throw it like that and just jerk it in. Now, it's going to give you some really good action. It's going to cause a lot of good flash because those blades are reflective. And it's honestly a really cool bait. I like it especially because where this treble hook is, you'll see some that have treble hooks just strictly on the belly, and the prop will be further out, or it'll have three treble hooks. But I like where this last treble hook placement is. It is here at the tail end of the bait behind the blade. So if you have a short strike on this lure, it will work amazing at getting you that hookup ratio. Most mirror lures are over $10 now. Don't blame me, blame the economy. But that is a great option to start with. It's something a little bit more unique that you may not be throwing in fresh and salt water. Then we're going to move over to my old reliable. The line is still tied to this because I quite literally was just using this the other day. We have the original Whopper Plopper. A lot of copies have come of this bait from the Berkeley Chopo or the Guggen Revolver. Their difference with the Guggen Revolver is the blade is up here more. I like the blade being at the back. Ow, the hooks are sharp. I do replace the hooks on these with pretty much similar style, because I do use the heck out of these. But this is something you can use in fresh and salt water. They make big saltwater versions. They make a size smaller than this one. The size smaller than this one I strictly use for like Peacock and Largemouth, but this is a good middle of the road option for throwing for Snook, Redfish, Largemouth. Peacocks will strike at this, especially towards the tail, which is awesome. Same thing like I was saying about that bait. That treble hook follows behind really well. So if you get a short strike, you do have a chance for that to hook up much better on that lure. They make a bunch of different colors. I like my more just yellowed or white color. Stands out in the water a little bit better to me personally. If they're looking up, you're going to see the white underbelly. You can take any of theirs and just paint them white on the belly, but for me, I do like these lighter colors. As you can see, it's seen some action, and honestly, it's a great bait. Moving on to the next one, you have your typical Topwater here. Nice little knocker on this. This is the Skitter Walk. Now, I'm going to tell you why I like these, and I will show you guys here in a second why. So with these, they have a nice big rattle ball in the back. Now, most of your Topwaters, I showed you guys these. These sit flat on the surface. So they just sit flat, flush. These, when you stop moving them, will rock back and sit at an angle. So if you have a fish that comes up behind it, they're not hitting a flat bait and having the chance to just blow it up out of the top and miss it. This one sits at an angle. So for a snook, for example, when a snook pops on a bait, they move about a gallon of water through their gills if it's a slot size or bigger. So with that, they're going to come up and pop, and then as soon as they open that mouth and flare their gills, this is just going to naturally rock back in their mouth because of the way it's designed. So this is probably one of my favorite topwaters. They make a bunch of different colors and a bunch of different sizes. This is just an overall good size to use. I like using them for a lot of fish and things like that, especially in fresh and salt water. Now, you can do a modification to this. You can see that you can just have a little bit longer option with these. I do, on some of my lures, go ahead and get an additional split ring right there on the end, and allow that treble hook to be a little bit further out, just in case I do have that short strike issue. If I'm seeing them do that, I maybe have one or two in the box that have an additional split ring there, so if it does short strike, I have a little bit longer out treble hook that may catch them. Sorry about that, I had a customer walk in, I was just helping him real quick. But now we're gonna move on to a bait you guys may not know a lot about. We have here our Snakehead custom frogs. Now, Snakehead Custom makes more than just frogs, but this is just something that I wanted to show you guys. This is a really cool bait. I've fished them a bunch recently. Haven't made any videos with them just because it's spur of the moment, overcast, rain stops, I run out, I don't want to get my gear wet, I don't want to get soaked, and I film off my phone. So if I lose my phone, I lose countless other videos and the ability to do this. So the Snakehead Custom Frog is very unique, especially the way it is designed. Very similar to what I was talking about with the Topwater here, the way it sits in the water. This is a little bit more of an extreme. It sits when it's not moving, almost just like that. So if you do pause that and it rocks back and that fish comes up behind it, whether it be that largemouth, that peacock, or that snakehead, it will come up and get a good solid hit on this. Now you'll notice this is a very narrow frog and it doesn't have the leg tassels. They do make one of these with a spinning blade behind it. So if you'd like something to catch a little bit more flare or anything like that, they do make that. They also make a bunch of other really cool lures designed for snakehead, but work for peacocks, largemouth, northern snakeheads, stuff like that. Sorry, tickle in the throat. But I do have a video of how this sits in the water. I will go ahead and play that. And as you can see here, that frog sits the same way as I was talking about that topwater. It sits butt down in the water and face up. So when that fish eats it, those hooks have a better chance of getting a good hookup ratio in that fish's mouth. So it sits at a good angle for it to be just slurped back by a largemouth, a peacock, or a snakehead. Well, that was well timed. We had some people walk in, but yeah, that is just kind of how they sit. But yeah, that's the Snakehead Custom Frog. They make a bunch of other cool stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and link them below. Ooh, excuse me. And they'll also be on my Instagram. I'll have a post shared from them for like probably every so often, so you guys can find them there or go into my followers and find them as well. So you guys get out there and hook into your next memory, and maybe on one of these, some of these, or this. And you guys get out there and hook into your next memory. I'll see you guys next time.